The man had lost track of time. In the cold, dimly lit underground bunker, he had lived a solitary existence for as long as he could remember. The world above had been destroyed, consumed by an unforgiving apocalypse that left only desolation in its wake. His name was Sam, and he had been a scientist in a past life. He had been part of a group that had foreseen the looming catastrophe, but had failed to prevent it. Now, he was one of the last remnants of humanity, surviving on the dwindling supplies he had stored in his underground sanctuary. The bunker was a cramped and sterile space, its walls lined with shelves containing the meager remnants of a bygone era. Canned food, water purification tablets, and first aid kits were Sam's lifeline, but they were running out. The air grew stale, and the days turned into a monotonous routine of rationing and solitude. One morning, as Sam stared at the flickering fluorescent lights above, he knew that he had to make a choice. His supplies were nearly depleted, and the isolation was slowly wearing away at his sanity. He had to venture out into the world above, a world that had once been familiar but was now a wasteland of chaos and despair. With trepidation, Sam donned his tattered radiation suit, checked his Geiger counter, and slung a backpack over his shoulder. He carried a rusted handgun, a relic from a time when it had been used for protection rather than desperation. As he climbed the ladder to the surface, his heart raced. The heavy metal door creaked open, revealing a world that had been ravaged by nature's wrath. The sky was a perpetual shade of gray, and the air was filled with the acrid stench of decay. Buildings lay in ruins, their skeletal frames standing as haunting reminders of the past. Sam's journey was fraught with danger. He navigated crumbling streets and encountered the remnants of mutated creatures that had once been animals. Nature had reclaimed the land, turning it into an overgrown wilderness of twisted trees and choking vines. Sam trudged through the relentless desolation, his hope flickering like a fragile flame. Days turned into weeks, and Sam's strength waned. He scavenged for food and water, but his findings were meager at best. His radiation suit was tattered and barely functional, leaving him vulnerable to the harsh environment. Loneliness gnawed at his soul, and he missed the simple pleasures of human interaction. One fateful day, as he scoured the ruins of a city long forgotten, he stumbled upon a group of survivors. They were a ragtag band of men and women, all bearing the scars of their ordeals. They greeted him with cautious suspicion, but Sam's desperation was evident. They took him in, offering him food, water, and the warmth of a makeshift campfire. Among the survivors was a woman named Maya. She had been a doctor in the world that once was, and now she used her skills to tend to the wounded and sick in their group. Maya's eyes were weary, but they held a spark of resilience that Sam found captivating. As the days passed, Sam shared his story with Maya and the others. They too had experienced loss and despair, but they had chosen to band together and survive. They spoke of rumors of a place known as Sanctuary, a haven where the remnants of civilization had gathered to rebuild. Sam's heart swelled with hope as he listened to their tales of Sanctuary. He knew that it was his best chance for a future, a place where he could contribute to the rebirth of humanity. He decided to join the survivors on their journey to find this elusive sanctuary. The road was perilous, and they encountered many challenges along the way. They faced hostile bands of marauders, navigated treacherous terrain, and fought off the mutated creatures that roamed the land. But they pressed on, driven by the dream of a better future. As they neared their destination, Sam felt a mixture of anticipation and fear. He had come so far, and the hope of finding sanctuary was a beacon that had guided him through the darkness. He had grown close to Maya, and their bond had blossomed into something deeper. Finally, they reached the outskirts of Sanctuary. The city was a sprawling fortress, its walls towering high above. Guards armed with rifles patrolled the entrance, and the survivors approached with caution. As they explained their journey and their quest for a new life, the guards' faces softened. They had seen many desperate souls like Sam and his companions, and they recognized the strength and resilience in their eyes. They were allowed entry into Sanctuary. Inside the walls, Sam felt a sense of relief and wonder. The city was bustling with life, a stark contrast to the desolation he had known for so long. People of all backgrounds and walks of life worked together to rebuild what had been lost. In Sanctuary, Sam finally found the sense of purpose he had longed for. He worked alongside Maya, using his scientific knowledge to help improve the city's infrastructure. The darkness of the past began to fade as he focused on building a better future. The world above may have been destroyed, but amidst the ruins, Sam had discovered a new beginning. With Maya by his side and the hope of a brighter tomorrow, he knew that they could forge a path toward a world that valued unity, resilience, and the enduring spirit of humanity.